Hello everyone, this is the first chapter of class 10th standard, that is real number we are taking up. This chapter will be split into 4 smaller videos. The first one we will taking up the Euclid's division lemma. In the second video we will take up the fundamental theorem. In the third one revisiting the irrational numbers, and the fourth one the last exercise. Now to begin with Euclid's division lemma, that is the first of the topic. Here it is. So it says, given positive integers a and b, let's say there are two positive integers a and b, there exist unique integer q and r satisfying the condition a is equals to bq plus r, where this r is greater than or could be equal to 0 and will always be less than b. Let us have some examples for this. Let's say 15 is to be represented, there are two numbers 15 and 3. So they are saying let 15 be a and 3 be b. So 15 can be written as, since it has to be 3 into 5 plus 0. What if we are taking 17 and 4? So this 17 can be written as 4 into 4 plus 1. So this is r, this is r, and that r will always be less than b. That means this always be less than the number which divides it. So in the first case the r will be less than 3. That means if you divide 17 by 3, so the remainder will be 2. So this is the maximum remainder that you can get. So this is the Euclid's division lemma, which says two positive integers where one can be represented as a product of the other, where q is in quotient and the remainder will be r. Second topic is Euclid's division algorithm. Now Euclid's division algorithm says that if you are dividing a positive integer c by a positive integer d, obviously where c is greater than d. So c can be written as d times its quotient plus r, and this r should be greater than equals to 0 and always less than d. But this division algorithm is helpful in getting the HCF. How it is helpful in getting the HCF? We will just have an example. Now if r is 0, then d is the HCF of these two numbers c and d. Well, we should have an example for this. So we are moving toward the first example of the NCERT, which says use algorithm, Euclid's algorithm, to find the HCF of 4052 and 12576. So clearly we know that 12576 is greater than 4052. So we will be dividing this by 4052. So we have multiplied it thrice, the remainder will be 420. So we have represented in such a form, and this is by division algorithm. So now 420 is the remainder and this was the divisor. As we know, until the remainder becomes 0, it will not be an HCF. Since the remainder 420 is not equals to 0, we apply the division lemma again for now for this divisor and this remainder. So 4052 is now to be divided by 420. It went 9 times, leaving up the remainder 272. So this time again it is not 0. So we will divide 420 by 272 now. 1 times, leaving up the remainder 148. Again this is not equals to 0. So we are dividing 272 by 148 now. So 272 times 1 dividing by 148. So 148 times 1, leaving up the remainder 124. Now 148 has to be divided by 124. Went 1 time, leaving up the remainder 24. Again this is not equals to 0. So 124 divided by 24, 5 times, leaving up 120, and remainder 4, again not equals to 0. So 24 has to be divided by 4 this time. It went to 6 times, leaving up the remainder 0. So the process will stop now. Once it is stopped, we'll find what was the divisor. So here you were dividing 24 by 4. The remainder has now become 0. So our procedure stops. Since the divisor at this stage is 4, so the HCF of 12576 and 4052 is 4. This is how the Euclid's algorithm to find out the HCF between two numbers are used. Now we are moving toward the second example. Show that every positive integer is of the form 2q and that every positive odd integer is of the form 2q plus 1 where q is some integer. Now this is very important example to go for the exercise questions. You need to be knowing how these are represented. That every positive integer is of the form 2q and every positive odd integer, every positive even integer is of the form 2q and every positive odd integer is of the form of 2q plus 1. Let a be any positive integer. We have considered any number and b equals to 2. That means you are dividing any number, any positive number a by 2. So you know, as it was written, that this remainder should be always less than the divisor. You are dividing the positive number a by 2. So it implies that the leaving up the remainder will always be less than 2. So the possibilities are 0 and 1. So if you are dividing any number a by 2, so the quotient will be here and this will be remainder. Yes, it's written over here. Let a be any positive and b equals to 2, then by Euclid's algorithm a can be written in the form a is equals to 2q plus r for some integer q greater than 0. Well, quotient cannot be 0, so if it has to be divided, then quotient must be something positive, and remainder have the two possibility that I just told you how. So remainder is 0 or 1. So we can write it in two form, that a can be written either in this form or in this form. So we know that a equals to 2q are the set of numbers which are even, and a is equals to 2q plus 1 are the set of numbers which are odd. Thus we can say that all even positive integers can be written in the form of 2q and all odd positive integers can be written in the form of 2q plus 1. Now we are having the example third. Show that any positive odd integer is of the form 4q plus 1 or 4q plus 3 where q is some integer. Now they are saying any positive odd integer has to be of the form 4q plus 1 and 4q plus 3. So let's say we are taking a cell with any integer. Now it has to be represented with the form of 4q. So it shall be 4q plus r. This shall be the general form. Now let us start with taking a, where a is a positive odd integer. We apply the division algorithm where with a and b as 4. Now since you know that remainder should always be lesser than the divisor. Now divisor is 4. So all the possibilities of remainders are 0, 1, 2 and 3. So we can write a is equals to 4q plus 0, a is equals to 4q plus 1, a is equals to 4q plus 2 or a is equals to 4q plus 3 where q is the quotient. However, since a is odd, because they have already telling us, so that any positive odd integer should be in the form of this and this. So they are considering a as odd. A cannot be 4q because it's been dividing by 2. This is also been divided by 2. So anything we just had in the previous example, that if it is being divided by 2, getting the quotient and the remainder 0, so it will be a even one. So we cannot take 4q and 4q plus 2 because it is being divided by 2. So they are both divisible by 2, thus they will be represented as even one. Therefore any odd integer is of the form 4q plus 1 or 4q plus 3. Now let's start with the exercise 1.1. Question number 1. Use Euclid's division algorithm to find the HCF. Now there are 3 questions, so we will have the first one, the rest of the 2 will be for you to do. So the first one is 135 and 225. You need to find out the HCF. So clearly 225 is greater than 135. So we will be writing 225 on the left hand side it has to be divided with 135. So it will go just once, because 135 twice is 270, which will be greater than this. So it will be a remainder, and the remainder will be 90. Now since it is not equals to 0, so now we are dividing 135 by 90, and this will be again 1 times, because 90 twice is 180, which is far more than this, leaving up the remainder 45. Again the remainder is no 0, so we are dividing 90 now, and this will be divisible by 45 twice with remainder 0. Since remainder is now 0, therefore divisor is 45. Therefore HCF of 135 and 225 is 45. Now the second part of this question and the third part of this question is for your part to do. Exactly similar is the question number 3, where the question says an army contingent of 616 members to be marched behind any army band of 32 members in a parade. The two groups are to be marched in the same number of columns. What is the maximum number of columns in which they can march? So we need to find out the HCF of 616 and 32, and that will go as 616 is greater than 32. So you will find out the HCF just like with this manner. Alright, so we have done the question number 1 and question number 3. Now leaving up the question number 2, 4 and 5 we are doing just now. Now we are doing the question number 2. Show that any positive odd integer is of the form 6q plus 1 or 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5, where q is some integer. Now let's solve. Let A be any positive integer. Okay, now A is a positive integer and B equals to 6. Therefore if we are to write by Euclid's algorithm, we can write it as A is equals to BQ plus R. So it will be A is equals to 6Q plus R. As you know, this remainder is always less than B and greater than equal to 0. So the possibilities of remainder are, therefore R can be either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. So the possibilities for A will be A is equals to 6Q plus R, since it is 0, so I am directly writing as 6Q if it is 0. A is equals to 6Q plus 1, A is equals to 6Q plus 2, A is equals to 6Q plus 3, A is equals to 6Q plus 4, A is equals to 6Q plus 5. So these are the possibilities that A can hold. Now we are to prove that it is an odd integer which can be represented in the form of 6Q plus 1, 6Q plus 2 and 6Q plus 3. Now for that we know that positive integer, even integer, is of form 2Q and odd is of form 2Q plus 1. This Q can be either M, N, K, any variable. So it will be of either 2M or 2M plus 1, 2K or 2K plus 1. So if it has the remainder plus 1, so it will be an odd. Let's check. Can we take 2 as common over here? So this will be 3Q plus 1. That means there is no remainder at all. This entire is an coefficient. In this case also 2 you have taken common, 3Q plus 2. So it is been divided, this entire number, if it is been divided by 2, it will leave this as the quotient with no remainder at all. And in the case of 6q, you divide, it will be 3q. So if we have considered this 3q as k, so it will be 2k. If we have considered this as k1, so it will be 2k1. If we are considering this as a separate quotient, so this will be 2k2. That means it is with no remainder at all. There is no remainder at all. These are of the form 2q. Okay, so these are even ones. These are even ones. Now we are left with a is equals to 6q plus 1, a is equals to 6q plus 3, and a is equals to 6q plus 5. So what we can say, that if we are taking 2 over here, so we can write 3q plus 1, isn't it? 6q, so 2 into 3, 6q plus 1. So can we write this 3q as 2k3 plus 1, taking 6q again as 3q plus 3 can be written as 2 plus 1. So what 2 plus 1, so what we are doing, we are taking 2 as common and we are writing it as 3q plus 1 plus 1. Now 2 into 3q, this 5 can be written as 4 plus 1, this 6q is 2 plus 3q, this 5 is as 4 plus 1. So we have taken common, so this will be 3q plus 2 plus 1, means this plus 1 is here, this plus 1 is here, and we have taken common out of these two. Okay, so this particularly k3, 3q plus 1 can be written as k4, 3q plus 2 can be written as k5. But the point is, it is of the order, check, 2k3 plus 1, 2k4 plus 1, 2k5 plus 1. So all these are in a form of 2q plus 1, which represents the odd. So we can say, yes, 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 and 6q plus 5 represents the odd positive integer. Alright, so now we are taking up the question number 4. Use Euclid's division lemma to show that the square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1 for some integer m. They have given us the hint, let x be any positive integer, then it is of the form 3q plus 1 or 3q plus 2. Now square each of these and show that they can be rewritten in the form 3m or 3m plus 1. As they have told us, so what we are going to do, we'll consider a number, question number, this is 4. Alright, so let a will be 3q, a equals to 3q plus 1 and a equals to 3q plus 2. Now you must have got by now कि if it is been dividing by 3, so the remainder can be either 0, 1 or 2, but it cannot be greater than this. So we have these three possibilities to write as a positive integer. Now we need to square it. So this will be a square will be as 9 square. Now if you are squaring a, so it will be 9q square. This a square will be, you have to square this completely, so it will be a plus b whole square, so 9q whole square plus 6q plus 1. I hope you know a plus b whole square, and this, well, I'm writing for your safety, 3q plus 2 whole square, whereas a square plus b square plus 2ab. So we are expanding it over here. This will be 9q square plus 12q plus 4. Alright, we need to prove it in a form of 3m or 3m plus 1. Okay, as they have said in a question. So what we can say, can we take 3 out of it? Yes, we can say 3q square. So let 3q square be m. Let 3q square be m, or we can say, let's say k or any. So it is of 3m form. Now this is being continued. Now out of these two, can we take 3 common? Yes, we can. So this is 3q square plus 2q plus 1. Now can we say this complete thing as m1? So we can write it as 3m1 plus 1. Taking 3 common over here in these two, well, what we can do is we can expand it a bit in this form, and now we can take the common of 3 out of these 3. So this will be 3q square plus 4q plus 1 plus 1. So this entire can be said as m2. So this is 3m2 plus 1. Thus we can say, because all these things, m is also a positive integer, this m1 is also a positive integer, this m2 is also a positive integer, so we can say that the square of these numbers can be written in the form 3m or 3m plus 1 form, 3m plus 1 form. The last question of the exercise is, use Euclid's division lemma to show that the cube of any positive integer is of the form 9m, 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. Alright, for this, since they have said us for the cube, and it is, they are saying, so we need to consider a positive integer a, and that is, and a divisor b, which is 3, because they are telling us to make it a cube of it. Okay, so by division lemma, you can use Euclid's division lemma, a is equals to bq plus r, where a is like this and your b was 3q plus r. Now since divisor is 3, so therefore the possibilities of remainder, it be always less than b, so therefore remainder r is equals to either 0, 1 or 2. R can be these 3. So we can write a as 3q when the remainder is 0, or 3q plus 1 when the remainder is 1, or 3q plus 2. So these are the 3 positive integer representation. Now case 1, we need to take different cases. Case 1, where a is equals to 3q. They are telling us to show that the cube of any positive integer is of the form 9m, 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. So we need to make a cube of it. So the 3q whole cube, so it will be 27q cube. Now this 27q cube we need to represent in the form of 9, so we will take 9 out of it. So this will be 3q cube, and we can say, let's say this 3q cube be m. Let us say 3q cube be m, so we can write it as 9m, where we can write since 3q cube equals to m. So this has already been represented in the form of 9m. Now case 2, the second case we are taking, Case 2 is 3q plus 1, where a is 3q plus 1. Alright, we need to cube it, a cube. So this will be 3q plus 1 whole cube. Now for this you must be knowing the whole a plus b whole cube expansion of 9th standard. So this will be 27q cube plus 27q square plus 9q plus 1. Okay, a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into the brackets a plus b, then you will expand it, or a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b, or 3ab square, kind of. So now what you require is you need to take 9 out of it. So we can take 9 common from these three things now. So if you have taken 9 as common, what you will get? 3q cube, 3q square plus q plus this remaining 1, this remaining 1. So now we can say, let's say this be m this time. Let us say this entire be m. So we can represent this as 9m plus 1. If this entire is to be considered as a positive m integer, so 9m plus 1 form we can write it down. Now case 3, when a is equals to 3q plus 2. Well, you know how to proceed now. You need to do the cube of it. So this will be 3q plus 2 whole cube. Now well, I'm writing directly this time, 27q cube plus 54q square plus 36q plus 8. So what you can do this time is, again you need to take 9 common out of these. So if you take 9 common, what you will get? 27q cube. So this is 9 3 is 27, 3q cube, 9 6 is 54, so 6q square plus 4q plus 8. Yes, if this entire is to be considered, let's say m, so we can write it as 9m plus 8. Here your exercise is finished. To go for the exercise 1.2, check out the next video. Thank you.